What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. And we still got some stuff going on. You know, we've received a ton of new animals lately. I've got some breeding projects in the works. I've already done a breeding project and I'm waiting on a sack, so there's a ton of things going on. What we got going today, though, is I got a guy who has bought a female arboreal old world tarantula of mine, my Singapore blue tarantula. So what we're going to do in this video is pull her out of her enclosure and put her in a deli cup so I can take him to her later on. Some of you may remember when I rehoused this girl, this enclosure was actually quite beautiful and green. I put a pothos plant in there. All of that stuff that I just pulled out was covered in moss. It was just absolutely beautiful. But between her webbing and the isopods that I put in there, they killed off the plants, and the moss eventually started to slowly die. So the enclosures look like that for the past couple of years, but it hasn't affected her whatsoever. I mean, truthfully, the way an enclosure looks a lot of times just has to do with the keeper's eye, and I'm not all that interested in pretty, as long as they're alive and healthy. So what we're going to do now is, this is an old world, this is a arboreal, and this is a very big female, but I don't expect much trouble out of her. Famous last words. She's in this cork tube right here. That's where she's always comfortable. That is her home. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull that cork tube out, and I expect her to stay in there, and then we'll kind of rearrange the camera and get her put in the deli cup. So let's see if we can take the cork tube out while keeping her intact. She's been in this enclosure for, 2 to 3 years probably. She's been in it for a while, and just slowly and gradually all of the beautiful live decorations I put in there just slowly and gradually died off. The isopod population actually got a little bit out of hand, so I stopped feeding and watering them as much so that they would die down. But she is right in that tube right there. She's a big, beautiful girl, and we're going to get her in a deli cup so she can get ready to go to her new home. All right, y'all, so as much as I would love to flush this girl out in the open and give you a completely unrestricted view of her, she's in this cork bark tube, and that's to my absolute benefit as far as getting her into this deli cup. You can see she's facing downward, so hopefully the plan is I just give her a couple of pokes because she likes to hide. They are a very shy species. They're another one that gets bad hype. They're old world, they're arboreal, they're fast. You know, they got to be mean, they got to be defensive. And I'll admit I was a bit nervous when I had to rehouse her the first time, but it was all unwarranted. My fear of her was just completely ridiculous. There she is right there. That's about the absolute best look I can give of her. Let's wish her well as she goes off to her new home. Guys, I got some new critters coming today from the same guy that's picking this up. I got other stuff going on. I got one more breeding project in the works, so just keep an eye out. Thank you so much for watching this video, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you for watching, y'all. God bless.